So guys, let's just go ahead and address this one. This is one of those things that many of us, we give women a hard time about this. And we know most women, especially within, our community, they have a lot of times the difficulty is picking a good man or being able to be cooperative with a good man. And that's this new age of dating, contemporary dating. Basically, all these things we have to go through to try and vet to make sure this person isn't trying to use us and we're getting past that representative. But it's so important. And this is why fathers are important in a lot of other cultures and religions. And even way back 60, 70 years ago, before you actually gave your daughter away, you would sit down and interview this guy who was interested in marrying your daughter. Throughout the ages, we've been married to link tribes together, link families together for political reasons, different reasons for that. We no longer do that in Western culture, especially within our diaspora. We don't do these things anymore. And we don't even really so much get involved with vetting. And even the fathers who sometimes do try to vet these guys, the daughters will go against the fathers. The reason why it's so important because a solid guy, a solid father knows what to look for in a man, right? As opposed to the daughter who may have dating experience, which kind of basically leads some women to be jaded and or gives them the wrong idea about a man, or basically the whole pair bonding that a lot of times you guys talk about. This ruins all of that. So they think, I don't want to say think with emotions, because you should be when you're choosing your mate, but there's no logic there. And a father who's already been in those shoes of this young man can say, baby, beloved, my daughter, this guy isn't good. You'll have to take care of him. He won't be able to take care of you. He can't provide a roof. He can't provide food for you or any children that you guys have, which is the basics, the bare minimum. To be able to provide a roof over her head, take care of her and whatever children they may have. Now, a lot of you turkeys like to disagree with me and say, well, JR, she should be able to provide as well. And this whole dynamic that a woman needs to help you take care of the household as a man or a husband is just weird to me. But that's just me. You guys live in your own worlds. We all live in our own worlds. But my daughter, if, fate sees fit, I'll be there and be able to give her advice and or talk to this guy and determine what his intentions are for my daughter and whether this is a good move or not. And I can say, hey, you got my blessing on this or you don't. You do what you do at the end of the day, but you can't say my father didn't warn me. A lot of you women get involved with bozos who have never worked a job, who are aspiring, artists, so on and so forth, and they haven't made it, and you have to take care of them until maybe the possibility or potential that they've made it. As opposed to a man who's already established, i.e., a lot of times an older man who's already established, who's ever able to provide that lifestyle to you, and that you may be attracted to at the end of the day. Because I do believe that a woman shouldn't be forced into marriage. It should be a guy that she's attracted to, or maybe considered to be attracted to, or there's some sort of attraction there. But he's able to provide and take care of her instead of some guy that she has to struggle with. And this is what I admire so much about other cultures, specifically those who are traditionally, have a tribal type community, or those who are from the old Abrahamic religions like Jewish and Islamic families. And for example, in an Islamic marriage or courting and things like that, there's something called a wali, right? Which is a guardian. If ever a guy, which is how it used to be back in the days, even in our Western culture, you would tell the parents or whoever her guardian is that I'm interested in marrying your daughter. And there would be a dowry involved with that. But first of all, there'd be a point where this man would be interviewed and you would sit down and talk to him, figure out what he's got going on, what's his position, what's his intentions, so on and so forth. and they would go on a chaperone date, if you will, a sort of interview, which is what it should be, an interview process. See how she feels them out. A lot of times, you know, I don't agree with forced marriages, but sometimes there have been forced marriages for whatever reasons. But I feel that there should be that courtship involved with whatever guardian, not so much all up on them, but there should be a guardian that's there to say, hey, this guy is like this, or this guy isn't a sexual deviant, an abuser, whatever involved. But at the end of the day, the family's still involved because it's a tribe, it's a unit, as opposed to everybody, which is the biggest thing within our community. Everybody is so separated. We have to stand alone instead of being combined as a family. That doesn't mean that everybody has to be in your business. Your whole family has to be in your business, but to ensure that you guys are successful and are able to provide, have a healthy relationship and things like that. It's just one of those things. So this goes on in the Islamic community as well as other communities, Jewish communities, so on and so forth, where there is a wali, a male guardian, that basically vets this guy for the young lady, because she may not have all the knowledge to know what to look for outside of the lust that she may have for a person. And it ends up going sour, and she ends up being a single mother. So that's what I admire about that. And that's why it's so important for fathers to be involved nowadays, you know, to be able to at least give that advice, regardless if the woman decides to go against what her father tells her. To be able to say, hey, this is what I see in this guy. This is what may happen based upon what I see. You can choose to go this way or not, but at least you know. And the whole thing with the dowry, you guys may be completely against that, but I do feel that shows in terms of an offering to the family as far as a dowry that, hey, I'm able to generate income. I'm able to have access to certain funds. And this is to show that I'll be able to take care of this woman once she is given to me in marriage, and I'm responsible for her, that I will ensure that she's taken care of as well as whatever children we have. So I feel that is so. I know people have been asking me to speak on this, so I'm finally speaking on this, and I hope this video shed some light on it. But this is why it's so important. And that doesn't go on in our community a lot, because a lot of fathers aren't around a lot of times to be able to give this advice. And sometimes a lot of the daughters aren't really receptive to hear what the father has to say, because the lust is kicked in, or the emotions is kicked in for trying that nurturing effect to try and take care of a Pookie and Ray Ray. And it doesn't end well, and the woman ends up jaded. And basically, like a lot of these videos I review, where the woman is saying, I'm not going to give my all, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that unless I'm married. And even when she's married, she doesn't do it. So that's just my thoughts on it, man. Let me know what you guys think, man. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit me up on Cali and Linktree. If you want to purchase one of these black YouTuber sweaters, t-shirts, whatever, check out the link, or check out the link in the description to purchase one right now. And with that being said, man, this is wisdom. Peace be upon you all. The mercy and blessings of the Almighty, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. I am out of here. Peace.
It's God's beat maker.
And I don't know. I will put a light in the sky for the G's that done turn memory from go. Blessings we send to the ghetto youth them.